What's up, Ravens fans? We're just a day away from the NFL draft, and today we're talking dream scenarios. This would be something that I think we'd all be excited about if it came to fruition on Thursday night and over the course of draft weekend. And to break this down, we're joined once again here by John Eisenberg, Clifton Brown, and Ryan Mink. So, John, why don't you kick things off here today? What would be your dream scenario in this year's draft?
Well, after the Orlando Brown trade with a little bit more draft capital to deal with, I think it's an opportunity for the Ravens to really get some pretty exciting stuff done. Everyone always talks about trade back, but I think trade up, okay? Take maybe a third-round pick, move from 27 to like 20, go get that pass rusher, top pass rusher, say Kwity Paye from Michigan. Add him, keep the 31st pick, and add your starting center, Landon Dickerson. Say something like that. You come away with a starting center and a premier pass rusher in the first round. That's my dream.
Yeah, my dream starts with Jenkins, offensive tackle from Oklahoma State, still being on the board at 27. That's my guy. Mean, nasty. If he's there at 27, I take him. And actually, I think the Ravens are in good spot for a dream scenario where they are with 2 first-rounders and 2 thirds. I know you're probably to put a seatbelt on Eric. If he sits out the second round, he'll be pacing the floor waiting for something to happen. But I remember in 18 when they had 2 firsts and 2 thirds coming out with Hayden Hurst and Lamar in the first, and then Orlando and Mark Andrews in the third. That worked out just great. So I trust the Ravens with these picks where they are now. My dream is they start with Jenkins, work from there, and get 3 or 4 really good players.
Yeah, I think to what Cliff said, the Ravens are definitely going to move around the board. Eric DeCosta is going to trade more. And I look at it as a possibility for a trade back scenario. I know it's not as sexy, but my dream is really a guy like Terrace Marshall Jr., the wide receiver from LSU that we've all talked about as a first-round pick. Could he slide into the mid, even late second round, a la Torrey Smith? Remember back in 2011 when we all talked about Torrey Smith and could the Ravens draft him in the first round? They got him in the second round, and it was an absolute steal. There's some medical concerns popping up on Terrace Marshall Jr. Trading back and still getting that top wide receiver to add into this offense, that's a dream for me.
Well, how about this? I mean, you talk about Terrace Marshall being there potentially in the mid to late second round. What if you stay put in the first round and you take a pass rusher, Jalen Phillips, Azeez Ojulari, and Tevin Jenkins? So you get rid of that and you address those areas. But then in the second round, rather than just sitting it out, the Ravens move back into the second round and end up getting your guy, Terrace Marshall Jr. So then if you ended up, just think about it, if you ended up with Terrace Marshall Jr., Tevin Jenkins, and then a pass rusher, Jalen Phillips or Azeez Ojulari, that would be an incredible first 2 rounds. Now, it would take a lot to go up because the Ravens are sitting there.
That's an incredible dream.
Yeah,
that's the best
are we talking dream scenarios here? I thought that's what this video was. That's what we're talking about. So if the Ravens could make that move, it would take a lot. You probably have to give up your other third-round pick. The Ravens got 2 of them in the third round right now. Probably another 4th-round pick, maybe another 5th. So it would be a heavy investment to go up and do that. But if the Ravens did it, I think we'd all be smiling here on draft weekend, would we not?
One time I dreamt that I won the lottery, and the next morning I woke up and unfortunately I didn't have $1 million.
We all agree that the Ravens are going to maneuver around and make some trades. So I'm just talking about this dream possibility of moving up and getting some great players.
I like it. Those would be 3 great players. I would love that.
There we go. So tomorrow we're going to make our official picks in terms of who the Ravens are going to take in the first round. We're going to give you our 2 options at number 27 and 31. So stay tuned for that.